Hi everyone, welcome to Dip and Dish with me, Letta. And how's your fasting, by the way, for today? Just can't wait for that azan at 6 p.m. Well, I hope everything is doing well, and today I'm going to share with you a snack that you can taste when break fasting. It's really nice and sweet, and it's called Dadar Gulung Unti. Dadar Gulung is traditionally from Java, and it's actually pancake. It's an Indonesian pancake that is filled with coconut that has been cooked with palm sugar, and then you roll it. So that's why it's called gulung, which means roll. And you could usually find it in the traditional market, but you could also make it yourself. Like today, I'm going to share you with the recipes. So there are two components. First, you're going to make the unti, or the grated coconut. And the second one is I am going to make the pancake. So what are the ingredients that we need to make this dadar gulung unti? Of course, since it's coconut, you will need coconut. And there's water, sugar, and this is what we love to use for the aromatic flavors of the most of traditional snack, which is pandan leaves. And usually it's tied up like this. And of course, there is palm sugar. This is for the unti. To make it melt easier, I usually like to just cut these first because they're really kind of hard. The darker your unti will turn out. Okay, so this is much better, so it's easier to melt. You put the sugar in. Just let it melt for a while, and then afterwards I usually put water in it. All right, talking about this dadar gulung, so the taste is very, very sweet and sort of savory at the same time, because the dadar gulung, or the pancake, is really not that sweet. It's more of a savory, and the texture would be kind of different from the regular pancakes because we don't use flour. Of course, don't forget the pandan leaf. This is what makes it has a certain aromatic flavor. So I'm going to make this, and afterwards I'm going to put the unti, and then we just wait until the water reduces. So I'm going to put in the grated coconut. Okay. And you just leave it until the water reduces and until the white grated coconut becomes brown. Now it has been reduced, the water has reduced, and this is what it's going to look like. So just like any regular pancake, it uses wheat flour. So this is the wheat flour. But the difference for this pancake is you are going to use tapioca starch. Now this tapioca starch will make the texture sort of soft, and it's going to make it very, very, very sticky. The starch that is going to make this batter, or the pancake later on when you cook it, it's going to make it rubbery and also sticky, which is, ta-da, is pandan. And we're going to add this to the batter so the pancake will be the color of, yes, green. So in order to have a silky smooth batter, I am going to sieve this. Okay, so to make it silky smooth, I am going to sieve this batter. All right, for that I will need to heat first So what I usually do is just put a little bit of oil, like so. Now we're gonna make the pancakes. It's already pretty warm up. Just take a ladle, more or less like this, and then you just pour it onto the pan. First, it's shiny, as you can see, and then it's going to have more of a like a doff color later on. But make sure to not pan fry it for too long because we also don't want to make it dry. Like so. I'm going to put the unti, or the caramelized coconut, which we made earlier, and we are going to use this as the filling. Since this is very sticky, you have to be very gentle, if not it's going to break. See, it has been start to break. This is it, Dadar Gulung Unti. And don't go away, I still have one more recipe to share. Hi, welcome back to Dip and Dish with me, Letta. And now I'm going to share you with another recipe, and this time it comes from the western part of Kalimantan, which is the city of Pontianak. There's this dish, it's called Bongko, or usually Es Bonco, Es Bonco in Indonesia. I think it would be right if I call it a pudding, because the pudding itself is made from hunque flour, and the color is usually green. Sometimes there's like layers in it, white and green, but I'm going to make it all green because the layers for me would be too much of a hassle and I don't have much time. So I'm just gonna make a simple bongko. And the ingredients are, this is the hunque flour, and then sugar, and then there is pandan. This is pandan, but I'm using the concentrated one, and this is very aromatic. And of course, traditional Indonesian dessert always contain santan, or coconut milk. All right, so first of all, I am going to sieve this so it doesn't create any lumps, because although it seems like it's very nice and smooth, the texture, and then I am going to put the sugar. Salt, as always. I pour santan in. Now we are going to heat this up in a very, very low heat because you don't want to cook this too long. That's the thing with hunque, you are not supposed to cook it too long. And then you add this, the concentrated pandan. As you can see, the color is very green since it's, and the smell, usually the mixture of pandan and there's another leaf which is called suji. That usually creates the aroma. We are going to put it, you could use a Pyrex or anything you have at home, and then you just leave it to set. If you have time on your hands, please do make that. As I said earlier, you know when it's done when you see they're like little bubbles, like a boop, boop, boop. That's to stop. But don't cook until it boils. Okay, so see, as you can see that there are little of bubbles coming out, this is the time to turn the heat off, meaning that it's done. All right, now the bongko is set, as you can see. And now I am going to make the sauce. Now for the sauce, I'm going to use milk. This is regular milk. So I'm just gonna pour it here. And I'm going to mix it with palm sugar syrup. And you just mix it well like this, and it will become this caramel color. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this bongko, or this pudding, you may call it. I'm going to cut it into cubes. And like the name suggests, it's called Es Bonco, so we have to use ice. Es, or in Indonesian, means ice. I'm going to put some ice here so it's nice and cold. And then before I pour this sauce, I'm going to add a little salt in it. So it tastes like sea salt caramel. And then I am going to pour this sauce right here. And just for a variation, I am going to add these cute pearls, these jelly pearls. You know, I'm just so amazed that nowadays you can have jellies in all shapes and sizes. And this one looks like little pearls. And they're all in different colors. So this is Es Bonco from Pontianak. Well, thank you so much for joining me here on Dip and Dish with me, Letta, and I'll see you again tomorrow with other recipes. Enjoy your breakfasting meal and have a blessed Ramadan. See you.